India. These are the first cheetahs from South Africa that are all set to arrive on ground here in India. Bhupendra Yadav tweeting saying that 12 cheetahs arriving from South Africa under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji to restore our ecological balance have begun their journey to India. Indian Air Force's C-17 Globemaster aircraft will get them home tomorrow. Get ready to welcome them. So this is in fact the information coming in. I believe we have Govind joining us live from the Kuno National Park. Govind, this is a massive development indeed. In fact, these cheetahs from South Africa, 12 of them, all set to touch down in India, in Kuno to be more specific, by tomorrow morning.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the second batch of 12 cheetahs. In fact, 7 male and 5 females are being they'll be just coming from South Africa to Gwalior first and airlifted from Gwalior to Kuno National Park. So all program is set. Preparations have been done there in Kuno National Park to enter these 12 cheetahs. In fact, you know that in first batch how 8 cheetah, 5 male and 3 females were taken from South Africa to Kuno National Park, and this is now the second term when 12 cheetahs will be transported from South Africa to Kuno National Park. So definitely the preparations all set, and tomorrow the grand program is will be organized in the presence of Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh Shivraj Singh Chauhan, even a few central ministers like Bhupendra Yadav and maybe Jyotiraj Scindia will also be there, and Narendra Singh Tomar will also be there. So a grand show of second batch arrival, the welcome, in fact the preparations for welcoming these cheetahs all set to done tomorrow. So tomorrow morning we'll be definitely taking you live with pictures of those cheetahs arrival from South Africa to first Gwalior and at Maharajpura Airways, and from that Maharajpura Airways these cheetahs will be taken to Kuno National Park, where the officials have made all the necessary preparations, and those who are the enclosure cages are there, they all set, and how they will be first put in quarantine for 1 month, and how will they be put in a separate way from the earlier cheetahs who were taken, in fact in the first batch 8 cheetah. So this is what we can understand, that the information is now ensured by himself, the Union Forest Minister Bhupendra Yadav, that now the second batch is going to come here in Kuno National Park, comprising 12 cheetahs, including 7 male and 5 females. So all programs set tomorrow in the morning after 10 o'clock is being expected.
All right, so very important, Govind, that you mentioned they will be quarantined for a month and only then released in the wild. What is the experience that they have as far as the first batch is concerned? Are all of those cheetahs doing well in the forest? What are the officials there telling you?
Yeah, it has been quite pleasant experience of nourishing all these 8 cheetahs. In fact, earlier it was being planned on last 14. They were planning just for releasing or releasing these cheetahs in free space of wild area of Kuno National Park, but they have changed some plan. So what all the plan will be there for these cheetahs who are already living there in enclosure cages and in open area, in fact, which have been made. In fact, 10 enclosure areas have been formed for these cheetahs who are coming from South Africa to Kuno National Park. So definitely what all the necessary arrangements they have been made now, and now the preparations have been already done, and it's being kept ourselves awaited that how the preparations will be presented or executed tomorrow when these cheetahs will be coming or entering to these.
Stay with us, Govind. We have Ambika Shukla, who is in fact an animal rights activist and expert herself, joining us. Ambika Shukla, how do you look at this development? It is a second batch of cheetahs, the necessary precautions being taken, and of course the Environment Minister also tweeting on the same just a few moments ago. It is a momentous occasion where in fact now 12 cheetahs from South Africa would in fact be arriving at the Kuno National Park tomorrow morning.
Well, actually, I'm a little bit taken aback by this and a bit dismayed. You know, extinction is not an overnight phenomenon. Extinction is a long and painful process. And the fact that we had cheetahs in India and they went extinct has to tell us something. Our conditions were obviously not conducive for them. We have done nothing to change those conditions. In fact, conditions have gotten even worse. We have less forest land. We have less prey populations. We have less of everything for our jungle animals, even our existing jungle animals. To further bring in animals from another country and display them like trophies is a completely wrong attitude towards wildlife and towards conservation and towards the whole ethic. I find it irresponsible. I find it, it ill thought through, and I don't find it a moment of celebration, but rather a moment for reflection that should we be transplanting animals? These are not toys. These are not showpieces.
Right.
We should be looking at it much more scientifically.
We'll have to leave it there, Ambika Shukla. Thank you so much. Certainly a very important moment. There are, of course, issues, certainly. Nobody is denying that. But at the moment, certainly an effort by the government to ensure that cheetahs once again prowl the Indian forests. Of course, all eyes on how successful this entire second batch would be as far as that endeavor is concerned. We're going to slip into a very quick break. Thank you so much for Govind as well as Ambika Shukla for joining us with your thoughts on the story.